17th July 2019 was the day Musiga and its members were to go to the polls after the last postponement of the election. But that has to wait a while longer because there is a case in court which must be decided first. Ras Caleb, a presidential aspirant, was to hold on to his decision to test the law and ensure that allegations of bloated register are resolved.
I can never make a reverse. My car is automatic. The reverse is spoiled.
So we definitely have to go to court.
You have to go to court. You see, the court is not just to. The court is when you are there, they listen to
both sides.
Both sides.
And make a judgment.
Yeah, no argument in court. I don't agree. No.
Bring the evidence. Let the court decide on based on the evidence they have.
I believe in the High Court of Ghana.
Here's why he went to court.
Through my lawyer, wrote to the High Court, to place an injunction on the elections.
The reason being?
The reason being that the voters list is bloated.
Is bloated as
bloated,
in,
bloated.
What do you mean is bloated?
You see, there are certain people who don't even qualify to vote.
Okay.
Because we have a constitution.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to be a member to a certain period of time before you are eligible to vote. And also, according to the roadmap, 15th of April was supposed to be the last day, for a card-bearing member whose card is expired to renew them. So it means if you are even an old member and you renew your card after the 15th of April, according to the roadmap, then you, an old member, is not even eligible to vote. How much more those who just registered? Either you registered in March, or in April or May or what, you are not qualified to vote because you are just a new member. And this is what is going on.
The court earlier set a date for the hearing, but that won't also happen because the judge couldn't find the docket. So 23rd July 2019 was set for the hearing again. Meanwhile, Communications Director of Musiga, Ahuma Bosco Akanse, told me this when I caught up with him.
At the moment, our lawyers are working on the summons, and after filling our response, we will see the way forward.
Abna Ruthi, who is hopeful of becoming the second vice president of the union, has this to say on the whole elections drama.
I believe that for every institution, anything that's happening, we have to exhaust all available, avenues to resolve issues before we escalate it to the outside world. So it's been legitimate, I can't say. But if, they have a case, they are saying the register is bloated and there are mistakes in it. And of course, we have all seen that there are mistakes in the register. But question is it a court that has to handle this, or we could have done something internally? So this question is not to the, one who took it's not to the plaintiff, but to the whole institution. How did we get here? And so we are all just waiting for something good to come out of this, for us to get that, sacrosanct register that we can use for the election, and then, get the actual people to win. So let's see. I say it's a test of the system, a test of the law, a test of everything.
She also spoke on the court injunction.
The two are the ones who are going to lead, the whole group at the end of the day. And so if one person feels that I have to spearhead it, it's okay. It's okay. It's not, we don't necessarily have to all rally behind him before he can take that action. That even shows that, yes, he's ready to, lead, because he has seen something he feels is an anomaly, and he wants it corrected, so it's not about joining or not joining.
So is Musiga becoming unattractive? Here are the views of some musicians.
With musical issues, because I was once asked on, I think on home-based TV, that what do have I seen any? Can I mention any achievement of Obo? And I was found wanting. I couldn't mention anything. Maybe I don't know much, but if I don't know much, is it my fault? When I went there the last time, I think they had a meeting, and then I said, I was talking to one lady and I was like, if there's something happening, now social media is everywhere. put the things there. I learned there are other people, there are festivals that other artists have had the opportunity to play. I think Kiddy went to play one as well, which is positive, and I had to hear it there. So imagine if I'm not part of them, I don't know what is happening. I don't know.
Your elections has had issues, postponement after postponement. Nobody has said anything.
Well, I haven't followed that. Like I said, I heard it this morning. And just when I had the opportunity with you, I'm talking about it like it's not on. So whatever the problem is, they should try and figure it out and bring it on.
I'm a little sentimental about it, so I will keep a lot of my words to myself, but I pray that we make the right decisions to help us as a nation and as a music body to grow. Every organization needs quality leadership. So I think that it's our prayer to get the right people to lead us to the next level. That's all I can say.
I really don't want to talk about them. I think they should do what they want to do. For me, as of now, I'm not actually thinking about the music or whatever is going on there. Like, it's like this one goes, they push another person there. You know, that's how it looks like. It's like, Charlie, I don't want to talk about them.
Yeah. The music is supposed to be your house.
Yes.
Or boy is supposed to be your father.
But how
are you happy how things are going?
How open has it been for the younger artists? You get what I mean? A younger artist gets to struggle from underground, build his own empire, get to the next level. So now, if I would have to go and just stand as episode to defend it, I don't think it makes sense. If we the artists as a collective society would all go and do it, fine. You get what I mean? So as much as we have still not come together to go and do it, I'm still looking at the individual me to do my thing. You get me? Because, excuse me to say, he was outside of the country from his own pocket, bought his own ticket with his team, had to go and play. Myself, daddy. You get what I mean? So, same way, music is not giving me any show. You get what I mean? So why would I just stop my tour and then go and look? It is one of those things. And I think these things would actually shape it well so that we can also have an industry to be proud about.
The structures to be put in an appropriate place which we all feel comfortable in, because if you don't live to think about the artist, or you don't consider us we being the artists in whatsoever you put together, it becomes a problem, because I might not be okay, Creamy might not be okay with it. So then all I would say is they should look out for us, because we are trying to put Ghana out there, and they should also try and put us out there.
Yeah, that is why most of the artists are not really putting in much or supporting the movement, because trust me, you might be there for some years and then common royalty is not even coming. So it's not making the work interesting for the artists to join, you understand? So personally, that's what I think. That is why most of the artists some of them are not even joining, and then those joining to are gradually moving out. So it's not attractive anymore. So I think they should just put things in place so that the whole thing will be very interesting for the other artists to join.
It kind of like not attractive. So, you know, that is why when it comes to election, you have maybe one or two people just standing, because nobody wants to come forward. You know what I mean? So for me, I think they need to do some reforms. For me, if I were the president, I would have like dumbed it down and like reform it or something like that, because the kind of laws they are using to work, I don't think it really favors us as musicians. We are working and we are not getting what we are worth for the work that we put in, and it is very bad. So when anybody comes up and say, there's an organization, I'm doing this, nobody cares. Because at the end of the day, when I go and join, what do I gain? What do I get? If I go and pay the dues, what is it going to be used for me?
Musician Trigmatic is the spokesperson for the election committee. He shared his views on all that's going on.
I remember that also during the vetting, some of them came with, certain thoughts that they've carried from, I think maybe from the past administration or the present administration, which they themselves also belong to. And most of these people, when they came, we gave them good counsel. Because unfortunately most of the positions are unopposed, and then the ones that are competitive is between the president and the second vice, and also, and it's just maybe between two people. So it's not too many candidates coming in there. So we really gave them counsel, as to how to go about these things. So there was not one person that was favored in any special way with regards to register. We will call accountants, we will call the personnel in charge of membership, We asked them questions. I remember there was a time we stayed there till about 9 o'clock, you know, in the evening. And if you've ever been to the musical premises, you know how it gets sometimes. You know, we stayed there, we made sure we questioned them, and why is this like this? Why is that like this? Why is that this like that? You know, but like I always say, our job mostly has to do with data collection. So we work with the data we collect, and we go through, and then we make certain changes of what we see in there. We draw the attention of the necessary people, you know, to it. So I mean, we've never done anything outside the neck.
There are reports another person is likely to take the committee to court to challenge the qualification of some members. Patrick Matic said,
every member of the committee qualifies to be there without a doubt. If anyone wants to challenge it in the court, the person should read the constitution of the union first and advise themselves accordingly.
Asked whether the committee would prevail on Rascalif to take the issue out of court for an amicable settlement, this is what he had to say.
I mean, if you've had a copy of the injunction or the letters to the court, and I mean, most of it is not really to the election committee, but it's to NEC and Musica. Like you said, we've become mediators. We would love to have a sit, which we've discussed as a committee, however, is in court.
In the United States of America, the American Federation of Musicians, AFM, is the labor union representing professional instrumental musicians. Members boast of and revere the union because it serves the purpose for which it has been established. Founded in Cincinnati in 1896 and led by President Raymond M. Hare Jr., it represents professional musicians, negotiate fair agreements, protect ownership of recorded music, secure benefits such as health care and pension, and lobby legislators. In Nigeria, the Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria is an organization founded in 1984 by Christy Essien Igboke and Sonny Okuson, with current President Priti Okafor. It is to guide, protect, and promote the interest of musicians in Nigeria.